And now we're going to do the y-axis. So we're going to repeat the same steps we did before. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the spindle on. Now the spindle's on. We're going to move the machine back in Y. You want to make sure you go back beyond the edge of the part. And we're going to move over in X. Now we're going to move down in Z. And once again, as I said before, you want to make sure you get it so it's just underneath. And then we'll go to Y, and we're going to do the same thing. So remember, the indicator's wobbling. Now in this case, you're going to see the indicator jump off center a lot nicer and true up because it's going to be kicking to the left and right. So moving 1/1000th at a time. And there we go, it kicked off. So now we're going to back off and we count our clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's four clicks. So we're going to back in 3. 1, 2, 3. So now we're within roughly about 1/1000. So something tells me, I could tell that it kicked off right at 4. We might have to go a little bit more than 1/1000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, never mind. 5 worked perfect. So now what we want to do is we want to do the same thing. We're going to click on the Y field because we're still in the work offset page. And I mean at this point, you know, as you get quicker with this, you can decide to write the work offset, then move the Z axis up, or maybe you like to do the Z axis first. You know, I normally don't like to leave the indicator rubbing against the material a long time, but you know, so that's why I moved it up before, because I knew I was going to talk a lot. But generally in this instance, I would be doing this so quick, I'd be off center. I click Y, I say store machine position. We then see the Y is at 0. I'm going to move my Z up. So I move my Z up. Now I'm ready to move my Y forward the 1/1000, because you can't really see with the camera, but you know, the same with the X. We're on the edge of the edge finder, so we need to bring it to the center line, so we need to move towards us 100,000. So we're going to go on the Y, we're going to switch to the 10,000ths movements and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10. And you know, I normally just always stick my head in here and just make sure you move the right direction. You know, it's pretty easy to sometimes move towards the back 100,000ths. And we say store machine position. And there we go. Now we have the Y-axis centered. And normally what I do at this point is I normally stop the spindle. I then normally also center up my indicator just by my hand. I just kind of center it up. I then move my X-axis. I switch to thousandths. And I move this so I get over to the rough center line. So what I do is I double check myself. I kind of move it over to where it's roughly centered, and then I come up here and I look and I see where we're at, and that was pure luck. But if you look at the X, we're actually at 0. But the idea here is, you know, if I eyeballed, you know, here, and we see we're 25,000 off, okay, then we're good. We know we're centered. You know, if I was here and I saw this number was like greater than like 100,000, then I know I might have done something wrong with my shifting. So after I set my X and Y, I always go to X0, Y0 and just eyeball the center position to make sure, you know, the center of my edge finder is on the corner of my block.